Hey guys, name is Hunter. I'm the second environment artist for our game of Parliament and future concept artist for the next installments and titles that we have. The main focus that I had for Parliament was working on a lot of the environmental assets, more man-made structures that the player will run into than natural. I am most proud of being able to be a part of this, to actually obtain the skill sets necessary in order to create future titles and future games. Prior to this, just coming in with an education from school was great. I had the information and tools given to me to figure out what to do. Now actually doing it, I understand how those tools work a bit better, so I'm excited to see what I can do with them going forward. I'm excited for players to experience the chaotic yet cozy nature of our game. Fast-paced flying around, the fast-paced combat, yet the gentle soundtrack and beautiful art design from our other artists. Huge shout outs need to go to Eric and Paul, John, Casey, and Lydia, and the other team members that we've had that have jumped in and jumped out doing what they need to do. This wouldn't have been possible without them. I hope you enjoy playing the game and would love to hear any thoughts you have about it. All right, bye.
Hey y'all, my name is John Dominguez. Online I go by Kiwi Lemon Juice, or just Kiwi for short, and I'm a digital/traditional artist turned 3D artist. I started 3D about 4 years ago, but for Parliament specifically, I am the team's main character artist and animator. My main focus as a team's character artist is modeling, UVing, rigging, animating, and texturing all of Parliament's characters, enemies, and prey. I also had the opportunity to dabble in a bit of shader work in terms of the game's general post-processing, a bit of an extra learning experience, and just to help make the game pop a little bit more in terms of aesthetics. The brown bear boss was probably the most fun to work on. He was the character that taught me how to rig, because at the time I had almost zero experience when it came to rigging. I tried and learned a ton of new things with his rig, like facial rigging, to name one of the things. An honorable mention though would be the Great Horned Owl, because I'm particularly proud of how its textures turned out. My desire to make games honestly came pretty early in life. For context, I started drawing when I was around 8 to 10 years old because my mom was very artistic at the time. She would send me drawings in letters and I would send her some back. But as a kid, I would draw all kinds of characters and monsters. Unfortunately, I don't have any record of those drawings due to some specific events, but games have always been a part of my life. The first game I ever played as a kid was The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time on the N64, and I've loved the series ever since. And with loving the series, I gained an interest in 3D and games. Honestly, I'm just excited for players to interact with the game and the characters in general. I can't wait to hear how they feel about them in both positive and constructively criticized ways. You know, our job as developers is to build digital worlds, and for me, it's to build characters that players can enjoy and that we can feel proud to have been a part of making. I put a lot of work into them and had a lot of good and not so good experiences in making them that will undoubtedly help streamline the characters I make in the future. But to narrow it all down, I can't wait for you guys to see the Bobcats, for the first time. I think it's going to be pretty funny.
Take 4,372. I swear the game's gonna be out by the time I finish recording this. Okay. Hi, my name is Casey and I'm an environment artist for Bravebird Games. So as an environment artist, my main job is to create all of the 3D assets that you see that aren't characters. I also create the UI and the HUD elements. So far with the creation of Parliament, I've really enjoyed working on the stuff that kind of gets overlooked, such as foliage packs and rock packs. I just find them really fun, and you would notice if they weren't there. Also, with Parliament, the one thing that I really love is how satisfying the flying is. It's really fun. I've always loved video games, and I really use them a lot as I grew up as an escape, as I feel like many of us did. So I knew very young that I wanted to pursue a career in games, and so now I am, and I hope I can contribute back to what I've gained throughout my life. One thing I'm really excited for is to read the reviews, oddly enough, good and bad, as scary as that is. Especially as indie devs, I feel like reviews are so beneficial. Seeing what worked, what didn't, always taking the next step to improve. I'm super excited for that. My favorite game of all time is Nier Automata. Hands down, storyline, character, soundtrack, everything is perfection. It's truly a masterpiece of a game, and I don't know if there will ever be another game like it. I just want to shout out to the whole entire team. I feel like as a team, we worked really well together. We each had our own pillar, and I feel like if even one pillar was off, Parliament wouldn't be what it is. Everyone is passionate. You know, when we all get together, I really feel the energy, and I just love working with everyone, and I'm really excited to see the future of Bravebird Games and to continue working alongside everyone. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed Parliament. It is fun, and I hope there's at least one thing that you like about it.
Hi, my name's Lydia, and I am both the graphic designer and media designer for Bravebird Games. My role generally consists of creating the logos that you see for both Parliament and Bravebird Games, as well as focusing on other assets, including our pitch deck, our contact form, and then other various marketing materials. My favorite thing that I've worked on thus far and I'm most proud of is our pitch deck. The time and effort put into the deck is what hopefully pushes Bravebird Games out there even more so into the world and help gain support as we venture into future projects and titles. I have always loved art since I was a kid, and that passion back then is still my passion now, and it really inspired both of my degrees that I obtained from Full Sail. And so with the degrees and with the connections that I made through Full Sail, was able to snag a spot on the team. And while I didn't initially set out to work on games, with those degrees, it's really been just a wonderful experience with everybody. And I've learned a lot, and I can't wait to see where things are headed as we continue on. Something that I am really excited for players to see is just how cozy the game is. I am a big cozy gamer, and so I believe that Parliament is just the perfect combination between cozy and combat. To me, it's just the best combination personally. But I also hope that the players really adore the visuals of the game. I know that the team has really dedicated themselves to that portion of it, and it just looks amazing. So I really hate favorites because I'm such a mood person. So I don't have a favorite game, I have a favorite franchise, and that would definitely be hands down just the Zelda franchise. It's such a nostalgic thing for me. It was one of the first games that I played as a kid, and I enjoyed them then. I definitely enjoy them now. Last one I played was Echoes of Wisdom. Super cute, had a blast, still not all the way through it. And then I'm also working through Breath of the Wild, which is just beautiful. I'd honestly like to shout out the entire team. Those who started with us and then those who are with us still. Each and every person has put so much of themselves into this journey. Their time, their money, their talent. It just shows in every stage. And so I hope that you enjoy the game as much as we've enjoyed making it, or maybe just a little bit more.
Hello, my name is Paul, and I'm one of the game designers for Parliament. I generally worked on a lot of the front-end stuff, such as the combat, the flight, the boss, any videos that you might see in the background, such as the main menu, or perhaps video before boss. That was me. I became a game developer because I enjoy playing games, and I didn't enjoy working. And then I thought, if I combine the two, maybe I'll like working, and it's become a lot of fun. And I get to make whatever I want, which is it's a lot of fun. It's like the most fun. I'm excited for everyone to mess around with the movement. It's pretty fun to fly around, do loop-de-loops as you're going through these tight gaps in trees. The boss fight's also pretty fun, not to toot my own horn a little bit, but I didn't do too bad. My favorite game, okay, I got a bunch. And the list keeps growing every day. You gotta shout out Skyrim, you gotta shout out Red Dead Redemption, you gotta shout out The Witcher 3, you gotta shout out Assassin's Creed Revelations, that was a really good one. You gotta shout out Cyberpunk, you gotta shout out, let me think, Death Stranding, which I didn't like at first, but I like now, except for the second one. Let's see, I would like to shout out all of our artists. They really helped tremendously in getting our vision complete. The game would not be done without them, and I could not do what they do at all. And every time I received a new asset from them, I would spend the first 5 minutes just looking around it, being like, wow, that looks really good. So, thank you, artists. Also Eric, he helped a little bit, not too much, but he helped a little bit.
Hi there, I am Eric Cameron, and I am the creative director here at Bravebird Games and on the project Parliament. My particular focus involved just about everything dealing with the project, from the boring stuff in the background to organization and tasking and all of that good stuff. But specifically with the design of the game, I focused a lot more on the systems and the mechanics and a lot of the behind the scenes things that you don't see. And on the front end, a lot of what you'll see from me would be in the ability system, spawners that exist with the prey and the predator, as well as the level design of all the levels that you see, and the sound design for the game. I'm going to answer this both ways. The favorite thing that I worked on would be, again, a lot of the things that you don't see, and optimizing a lot of the back end of stuff. I love working with systems and making them be efficient and effective, and allowing for us to iterate rapidly and efficiently on our various systems and mechanics. What I'm most proud of is just assembling this team together and getting us all to play to our particular strengths and really create an effective environment that has been more than I could ever ask for. I wanted to become a game developer for the reason that a lot of people do, and that I like games. As I grew older, I realized I really like to understand how games worked. That interest led me to go to school and learn and understand best practices and the philosophies behind things. But then I think that playing a few games during my time, back in 2007, Fallout 3, and then in 2017 with Breath of the Wild, it really kind of pushed me to really make this something that I want to do all the time. I'm really excited for the players to experience the kind of fun balance that we have between this relaxed nature environment with the kind of tense moment-to-moment gameplay and combat, and just interacting with everything that the game has to offer. I think we have a really unique mix of things. Favorite game of all time is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I think it's one of those games that are so special that we will never get something like it again in our lifetime. Even playing Tears of the Kingdom as a sequel, it wasn't the same. It was better in almost every way, but it was just not the same as the first time going through Breath of the Wild. Just really special game, and how they went about design and giving freedom to the players is really, really awesome. I'll do the stereotypical shout out of the entire team, because without them we couldn't do any of this. Everyone has played their part and has their own area of expertise and is really passionate about the project. So huge shout out to the whole team. Wouldn't be here without them. So this is the unique to me part, but I want to thank you all for watching and supporting the game. Everyone that's been with us for the whole time. You are our own little parliament. We hope to continue to support this game as long as we can until the vision is fulfilled. We have about 25% of the game done at time of filming now, and we plan to get another 50% in the next year, and then squeeze that last 25% out as soon as we can. But we really want to do this right and respect our own lives. We all are busy people. I myself am a father of 2 and work and am a husband, so I have a lot of responsibilities that come first over this. So I'm just very thankful for the opportunity to share this wonderful project with everybody, and we hope to continue to see you in future updates. And yeah, we hope you enjoy the game. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.